Hello guys, welcome to my video. In this video I'm going to talk about new Fire BM and what I think about it. Like I have seen a lot of builds, a lot of suggestions, but I wanted to clarify like how I play BM. My name is Sarcasm, my character is called Sarcasm, and here we go. So by the way, that weapon is the tormented weapon from the new patch. So let's get into it. Skill build. Like my character is Hong Moon 10, so in fact you actually have like less points normally. But I will make like a skeleton build, like the most bare things you need for your fire BM, and from there we can talk about options and stuff. So let me go into this. So Pierce, 0 points into Pierce. Like I have tried that skill after the remake. It's just like a waste of time. I will talk about that skill later. Like even with the Hong Moon skill where you can get your flagation combo up, it isn't worth it. So 2 points into Dragon Tongue, most important skill. 3 points into Cyclone for the iframe and aggro. 3 points into Flicker, so you can reduce Dragon Tongue cooldown. Breeze, I prefer to put like 3 points into the right tree because it gives you more focus and gives you like more AoE. Like if you have like a lot of trash and you run out of chi, you want to use that one to get points real quick. So Searing Slash, 4 points into the right tree. Like I have seen that discussion about the lightning and the fire build, but I think the fire build is still better because it generates threat, and threat is like building up aggro and holding the aggro of the boss, and it's one of your most important key aspects if you're playing BM, that you can reliably hold the aggro. Okay, into your V we put 3 points into Phoenix Wing, boosts your Dragon Tongue and gives you the conflagration AoE without without having to use a skill. So this makes your right click and AoE during the whole duration, and also adds like a bit of bonus damage, which makes this one stronger than the Black Hole. 3 points into Lightning Rod, so you can use it twice under Phoenix Wing. 0 points into Shoulder Charge, 0 points into Ankle Biter. Into 5 point strikes you want to put 3 points into resist damage and Cyclone usage, as well as approaching enemy. Like you can use this as a gap closer too. On raid we want to put 3 points into the threat, and this is like the one of the key components of successfully tanking. Like this skill is on a 9-second cooldown and gives you 150% threat for 10 seconds. Like that 150% threat does not stack with Cyclone. So basically you need to keep this skill under cooldown so you can have always the threat regeneration, and it multiplies with your Searing Slash and your 5 point strike in case you use them. But I wouldn't recommend to use them in the opener, but that later on. So Rush is the next point. So I have seen 6-second Rush, which gives you the bleed. Like you can put in 1 point or not, but I felt that it's kind of a niche. the bleed, and other classes can do it like way better. Like I prefer to have spent 2 points here into the stun and 2 points into the X stun. So both skills have 30 seconds cooldown and they give you a reliable CC. Like I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to have a reliable CC, especially as a tank. Like there are a lot of instances where you need to CC, and this one is really reliable and also gives you like a great opener. Like you can charge in with a 2x and have the enemy stunned, so you get the bonus damage of the 4. For now, 0 points into this Z. On Bladestorm, you want to put 2 points into conflagration on the left side. For block, you obviously want to Hormoon block. 1 point into SS. Flash step, I personally prefer to go 3 points into the left tree. It gives you mobility, so you can dodge like half cone attacks like easier than if you would go with Violent Blade. Like I've tested Violent Blade and most of the time it doesn't it isn't worth to block, but it's better to like keep running and dodge with like flash step so you can stay in Batuyatsu longer. I've also seen it is a bit problematic when you have like a grabbed enemy. So your Violent Blade sometimes pops up and you lose like 1.2 seconds on your new grab damage skill instead of using it. So my personal preference is flash step for the mobility. Want to put 1 point into second wind in case you get dazed, like sometimes happens when you are on Yeti or when you get knocked down and you need to get the iframe out of it. And 3 points into Lunar Slash into the left tree so you get the conflagration back for 3 seconds. So this is like the basic core build that you need in order to play DM like successfully. So there you probably have still some points left, like you can put them into Pierce if you like to use it. Like I barely use any Pierce at all, so I don't see any reason to spend points into Pierce. And you can put it into like, for example, for more CC. Like what interesting is double knockdown, double stun. For example, for Asura on the second boss on Iruga, there you need to get double stun and double knockdown, and you get double knockdown by putting it into your into the 3 points into your Z on the left side. So you have double knockdown on 3 and Z, and you have double stun on 2 and X, which is like pretty good for Nexus too. And if you want, you can use your C and spec your 5 point strike like Oni for the first boss on Nexus to daze. So you have double stun, double knockdown, and double daze, which is an interesting choice to go for, like if you really want to go for 3 double CCs, but most of the time it is overkill and I would only recommend to get like the double stun. Another interesting choice is to go with the C and the Moon Days. It puts you on 24 seconds cooldown and allows you to spec like your X and your 2 to like bleed stacks. Like I personally found that it's not worth to spend 5 skill points into this tree, but it could be pretty good on like solo or duo instances where you really need those bleed stacks. But on normal dungeons they should be a non-issue. And you see, I have tested the new iframe on the C, but it didn't seem to be like worth it. Like I never felt short on iframes, since the like tab puts you into draw stance now, so you can just E and like I can't remember any instances where I need the iframe. Like it would be probably neat for Yeti, but you don't need it. So that is the core build. 7 points left. That should be like 47 points. That should be like around Hongmoon 5, where everyone starts, and that's a basic build to go. Like I show you like my configuration. So I like to put in more points into breeze. Like if there are a lot of trash mobs, you get hit like really often, so it gives you like that passive HP regen that you occasionally get. I like to put also 3 points into my Z on knockdown, so I have double knockdown. Like I tried the 3 points into Sundering Sword, but like you don't need focus on this build, and you want to stay in draw stance as long as possible, so this is not a viable option for me either. And then I just put the remaining points into Pierce in case I somehow are not in draw stance. So that's the build I'm using. And I guess we go with the opener. So I go over it real quick. Like I use the double stun on the boss. Start up with my Phoenix Wing, my my Lightning Rod, and my V into my 4. So basically, you open up with a stun. Then activate your ability to spam your right click, and then you get the bonus damage on Searing Slash, and that gives you enough aggro so the boss doesn't like immediately starts running and jumping at your FM or summoner. So next up is your raid. Like you want to get that 150% threat up before the damage comes in, otherwise you will most likely lose aggro in case you have like a FM starting with an Hongmoon Inferno into Meteor Shower into Double Dragon sometimes. Like I've seen like a lot of stuff, but I never lose aggro there. So double stun, B, put down your AoE, put down your 4 with the bonus damage, and then the next step is to use a Dragon Tongue without anything, followed by a tap, followed by right click spam into your X, followed by right click spam into your second Lightning Rod, into a normal Dragon Tongue. Like you most likely need to use 1 flicker into Dragon Tongue, and then into tap, Dragon Tongue spam, and then you repeat flicker, Dragon Tongue raid, flicker, Dragon Tongue raid, and Luna Slash whenever it's up cooldown. So I show you the rotation real quick. Double stun. Like for some reason repeat that like indefinitely. So the issue while you're in draw stance is that you have to dodge the stuff. Like red AoEs you dodge with your 5-point strike, and half cones you try to avoid by moving around or using your flash step to get like behind the enemy. Like in worst case, you just have to press E. Like you can press E and immediately go into tap again. So one of the biggest misunderstandings in openers that I have read and seen so far is that you don't start with a normal right click. Like if you don't start in with your normal dragon tongue, you don't put it under cooldown, and you just use your buffed conflagration right click. Basically what happens is you use your tap, spam your 3 seconds of conflagration effect, and then you use your normal dragon tongue. What you should do is use your normal dragon tongue, use your conflagration 3 seconds, then dragon tongue should be under 2 seconds, given that conflagration is like 3 seconds and you have that 1 second animation of dragon tongue. And then you should use flicker dragon tongue. Like it's the stuff that happens a lot, and like it also happens to me a lot if I'm in a rush or if I will like have the muscle memory already trained on. But something to keep in mind if you want to increase your DPS, that there's the normal dragon tongue that you want to keep under cooldown, and there's the conflagration dragon tongues that you will keep to spam. Also, another thing that I've seen a lot is people missing their second lightning rod. Like that, missing a lightning rod is like missing a right click. So you want to do your tap, right click, X, right click, and then refresh the lightning rod with a normal dragon tongue, and then go into tap, right click, spam again. And I think that covers most of it. Like if you have a grab enemy, you use your F. Conflagration flash, as mentioned, I have seen the Pierce combo, but you lose like too much DPS by not being able to spam flicker and dragon tongue and draw stance. And as you have seen or as I have shown, there you can like indefinitely be in Batuyatsu. So also a note, like my ping is like really bad. If you check on the top left, I have like 150 ms, and you should get like more dragon tongues into your conflagrations. Like I normally get like 5, sometimes 4, but you should get like 6 or 7 with good ping. And that's it. My attack power is 605. So in case you're wondering like how much damage that dragon tongue does, that's roughly like 20k. So that's what you should expect. In 4-man dungeons you should deal like above 15,000 DPS. Like obviously you can buff your DPS by having like a warlock or having a KFM or having like any other kinds of buffs on it. For SB you can just use Awaken, Flicker, right click, spam, but like the SB is like really weak on Blade Master now, since you have like those options to spam dragon tongue. So in case you have a warlock and you can talk with him, make sure that you get your blade storm up, and if he has beast at that time, you can have a second blade storm up. You get like extra 4 conflagration, which results in like 6 extra dragon tongues, and then you're pretty good to go. Okay, I hope you like it. Feel free to comment below what you think about that build, and let me hear what you think about it. Thanks for watching.